hope you're not too busy to listen to our stories. We hope you like them all and you don't find them boring. And are you shitting me? Blah!
Yeah, we're back.
All right.
Man, I've just been excited to come back, and I feel like it's just been so fucking. It's been calling my name in so many ways. I feel like we left, or we just stopped. Gosh, hold on.
Yeah, we just stopped. Like,
there wasn't even like a build up or a.
Nah.
Hey guys, this is our last episode. We just stopped.
Just quit.
And it never said.
And well, we talked about it. We were going to take a break. You know, for we were talking like a month or two.
Yeah.
And then life got in the way, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, we let life get in the way.
We did. And, and that's normal. It's not like we're getting paid to do any of this. It's not like we didn't have any obligations to this in terms of money. We have to provide for our families, unfortunately. And like life just kept on happening, man. And now, if there was money to be, like if this was my job, I wouldn't have stopped this.
No, for sure. But yeah, I mean.
And before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I just noticed that we still keep on getting downloads. We still have listeners, and we haven't put out an episode in so fucking long. To me, one, I want to say thanks to everybody that's listened and downloaded, even though we haven't done anything in so long. And I don't know how many of those are new listeners or not, but if you're a new listener, I really do encourage you to go back and listen to the early episodes, just so you can kind of see where we came from and what we're doing and how this is all played out. Because it came from a very murky place. It was all very unplanned. We just kind of ran with it for almost 2 years. We had a really good time. I mean, that was really fun. We had some.
I think the first episode I went from guest to co-host.
Yeah. And within the first, it was like the first episode. So yeah, I mean, and then we've had so many amazing guests in that time. So let's just say that moving forward, this is the second chapter of the show.
Yeah.
Would that be safe to say?
Yeah. We revamped.
Yeah.
We're
gone back to the drawing board.
Matured a little
heavily, man. Jesus, I feel like in a lot of ways I've gone through so much in that time frame. But I just wanted to remind anybody that if you're just listening, if you've just found us on TikTok or you've just found us recently, there's a lot of really good episodes. We had a lot of really amazing guests. We had our friend Ches on here that was in prison with at one point DMX, which is fucking crazy. That story still gets to me sometimes. He's just in here telling these stories about being in prison, and I don't know if you remember that episode or not. Yeah, it was really well.
Yeah.
And then we had, of course, Kim's episode about the aliens performing a surgery on her. That still blows my mind, whether or not anybody believes it. That's a fucking amazing fucking story. Truth be told, that's an amazing story.
She was an interesting guest.
Oh, absolutely! I can't wait to have her back for sure. No telling what she's up to. Seriously,
I every once in a while I see her on her social medias.
Yeah. So what's up, Kim? We love you, and we really do look forward to having you back on the show. Scott Tomlin, and I want him back really bad. He's reached out to me recently, and he's onto something. I don't know what he's got going on with AI, but it creeped me out a little bit. I was kind of curious to see where he's going with that. So Scott was our guest that we'd recorded up in Flagstaff area. Yeah. That was a great episode. And then the last one I really want to highlight was our friend Smith, who ran away to the circus when we were kids.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, those are all the episodes that were from before. If you guys have an opportunity, or you just kind of want to, if you're just starting on like to listen to us, that would be my suggestion is to go check out those earlier episodes and just see where we're at, because a lot's changed. We were certainly not the same people we were when we first started the show that long. I don't even know when we officially started the show.
Might have been like, what, 2.5?
Yeah, like
2.5,
2.5 years. Yeah. I know that for sure I'm not the same person I was when we first started, and I can say with confidence you are not anywhere near.
No, and I miss that guy I was, but I don't. Yeah.
And I really wanted to, before we get started too heavily in any of these episodes, I did want to give you the floor. I had questions for you and for our guests, because I could imagine that even just seeing you fit. We were just in Walmart right now, and everybody we came across just couldn't fucking believe their eyes because how much you've just this radical change,
Right.
man. It's wild. You
Yeah, I've been waiting for, surprise drug tests at work or something.
nothing,
and-
huh?
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
those guys. You guys.
Let me down.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah. So I would have to say it started. I actually was on a good 5-day bender, a little over 13 months ago,
Yeah.
and with our buddy Smith,
Oh
and,
yeah. He's a good time.
And the day he was leaving, I was just so drained. Like always after these benders, I was so drained. And I've been fighting in my head for years and years on, when are you going to stop doing this to yourself? And,
Right.
But so that the day he left, I was drinking a drink and I just poured it out. I was so done and haven't picked up a drink since.
So that was 13 months ago?
Yeah, that was about 13 months, a little over 13 months ago.
Wow.
And since then, right after that, I just said, oh, I got to stay busy. So, I got my little farm. I started doing all kinds of projects out there
Right.
just to keep myself busy. And after about 2-3 months, I exerted myself pretty good, wore
Yeah.
out my
At one
joints.
point, you were like just digging a hole in a wall.
Yeah.
that was amazing,
my
actually.
cliffside. And,
Dude,
and
I was really impressed.
Yeah, I got to get back to that, do some work in there.
Dude, it was amazing. It really was quite an accomplishment. And I could tell where the energy was coming from. Because in sobriety, it seems if you're truly trying to get sober, you've got to find something to take its place, even if it is just digging a hole.
Yeah.
And that's what it was for you.
And that's exactly what it was. But then once my joints started feeling it and everything, I said, I'm not healthy.
Right.
I'm not healthy enough to do any of these things that I want to do now.
Right.
I've killed myself that much through the last 20 years of living in the bottom of a bottle.
Right.
And God, I do miss the bottle.
I do. Yeah, I know.
I do. But but I'll tell you what, I would not trade it for what I am now, because after I realized, I need to get my joints healthy. So what do I got to do? You know what? I need to lose some weight. So and not just I didn't take a regular diet like most people at first. I just watched what I was eating.
Right.
As in, like, cutting things out of my diet. Says, well, that's gonna be inflammatory, and started focusing really on herbs.
Can I ask you where'd you get your information? Where were you getting any of this information? We're just looking stuff, Googling it?
The internets.
The internets.
Yeah.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
I bought a bunch of old remedy books.
Did you?
And stuff. Didn't really read much of them.
Pictures.
Picture books. They had pictures.
But I could see the change, obviously. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. So So
I was working on pretty much because my wrists were shot, my shoulders, and looking into it, and a lot of that is caused by parasite and bad diet and
Right.
all this. So I just started, using more herbs and making my own concoctions to drink and
how far into that? Like how far into your sobriety in your new intake regimen did you really start to feel the difference?
Well,
and where are you with water intake? Is that as important as everything else that you're doing?
yeah. Well, you got to have water.
Right.
Water.
Life force.
Water. If you're not drinking first of all, I have to drink about a bottle of water every hour to 2 hours to maintain.
What I've noticed though, I feel like I've put myself in that situation where I've drank too much water in times, and then I feel like I've urinated out like my potassium and my magnesium. Maybe, I don't know, because I'm not a doctor.
Right.
But is that possible?
Yes. Yeah. So exactly. You got to supplement with that.
Right. Okay.
So, we haven't even got to the fasting
Yeah.
yet.
Right.
We're gonna. So, the more I got into healing with herbs and body health and everything, I just realized, well, I'm still consuming too much.
Right.
I was losing weight, obviously, just from stop drinking.
Yeah.
I lost probably 10 pounds within a month, just stopped drinking.
Right.
And then as I got more and more into herbs and natural healing, I just found that it's a lot with our intake and with read everything that you're putting in your body and know what those things are.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's freaking soy oil and everything, damn near
in everything.
90% of the products hanging on the shelves in the grocery has some sort of canola oil, soy oil.
Horribly bad for
and
you.
it's terrible for you.
Right.
You know, and it fucks up your gut health and
which is connected to so many fucking things.
Right.
Your gut health is connected to so
getting your
many.
gut health is key to starting to heal from within.
Right. On multiple levels, right?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you too. So I know you've been kind of a like a spiritually dense person. Like I know you don't really believe in much, at least from what I could tell. I don't know if we ever had these conversations before or not. Right. But like prior, when you were in your heavy drinking phase, which was more than like 2 decades long, it felt like, I don't know if that's really true or not, but I feel in that time when it came to things like spirituality or even like metaphysical or anything, you just
always had a belief in a higher power, no matter what that power may be. But
right.
But yeah, as I've done some intermittent fastings and some pretty long fasts, I did a couple.
Do you feel more spiritual now than you have?
I do.
Yeah,
I do, and I do talk.
You pray?
Yeah, I talk at them. I don't know if it's going anywhere.
What that transmission level's like.
Right.
And to me, like, I truly believe like faith it's probably the most beautiful thing on the face of the planet I've had this conversation with a lot of people, that an act of faith, to have faith that there's no God at all is still an act of faith. Like it's all faith based, everything we do. Right. So I think it takes a lot of courage either way, just to have faith, on any level and notice that you have it and practice that, cause like, I don't know, I think it gets away from some people. And I do believe that some people take their faith.
And I think, I think too, what dulls faith is
say it, religion.
Well, no.
Oh, okay,
I'm saying for an individual.
Okay.
Your consumption.
Oh, right.
Whatever you're consuming, we're consuming too much.
Right.
And if your body's not acting right, you're not going to be able to feel.
Well, if you what you're supposed spiritual
right, the
transmissions
right.
So, but this crossed my mind almost constantly, right? So when I an attempt to get a degree, I took a few classes there at our local community college. One of them was anatomy and physiology, and I got fucking lost in anatomy and physiology. I mean, just fucking lost. I tried to take the class twice, even though I aced it, because I just wanted to know more. I didn't feel like I got enough in the first
right.
one. And the one thing that it kept on coming back to was like our gut and respiratory rate and our respiratory tract, everything, right? How everything just works to fucking together. It's mind blowing. But I couldn't help but think while I was taking this class that the body is this like it's this perfectly tuned piece of equipment, and for however long we've been existing as a human race, we've ran off pure nutrients from the earth until the last 50. We'll say 50.
First
50
of all,
years.
I mean, well, you look back to the industrial era, and that's when, because I looked it up. I said, well, when did we start consuming more food?
Right.
And there was no 3 meals a day up until the 1850s.
Wow.
And that was because
no shit.
Yeah, and that was because of the Industrial Revolution, which
changed everything.
Which you had to keep men loaded with calories so they can work
right.
12, 16, 20. There was no workers union on how many hours you can't work. You know what I mean? So,
right.
But
which is
the men that built America, they needed those 3 meals a day.
Sure, absolutely.
Fast forward, to the 1950s,
right.
where there were still very hard working jobs, but not as many.
We were already on the track at that point to making life a little more
and
luxurious.
And in that 100 years, we all just said, well, we need 3 meals a day,
Because that's what my grandfather said.
Right.
So now I have to do it too.
Right. And now you fast forward to today, 1 meal a day is plenty for most of us.
For the amount of calories you'll be burning in this.
And you can eat a big meal, that 1 meal a day.
First thing in the morning, and it'll give you more than enough. No, I could see that. But I remember thinking that to myself, like we're in that class, I remember thinking to myself, like, we are absolutely just gumming up our insides. And then yet we're still so confused. Like, well, why are so many people on medication these days? Why is there so many medications put out there? Why is it, and it's like, well, maybe because we're not doing what we're supposed to. And first of all, we're not burning the calories like we were, so like if we and I try to make it a point to myself to walk my dogs, to go skate, which I just got back into recently. I've been skateboarding a lot more lately, but I can feel my body. Like I skated from here on last Sunday. I skated from here all the way to downtown, down Main Street, and then I skated back. Yeah. And uphill. And I remember getting home and thinking to myself, this is how you're supposed to feel. Like, this is how you're supposed to feel. This is how, like, I remember, like, I was supposed to push myself that fucking hard. And that was like, I got home and it was like maybe 9. I had the whole day. I was like, I had more energy than I'd had in fucking 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cleaned the house, made some breakfast for the kids. And I realized, like, we're just kind of, we're manufactured anymore to sit tight and consume and gain weight. And
yeah, we're a consumer nation.
Well, it's just, not only that, it's worldwide. It's not just here, but it's...
Well, yeah, but it prominently, the U.S.,
kind of set
we are the consumers. And
we set the standard for the consumerism. Right. No, yeah, okay. But I've seen it, like, you see it other places. I've seen it, and like, Lord forbid I say TikTok, because I really hate relying on that terminology. But
I love TikTok.
Dude, TikTok, it is. But I never know what I never know what I'm looking at. Is this real? Is this not real?
Right. There's so much AI, and there's so much you could do too with cameras. You can make
really fuck with some people.
Exactly. So yeah. I mean, TikTok could be really whatever you want it to be.
Sure. Yeah. And you see a lot. I can't really, I wonder how difficult lives, because I see a lot of this on social media where like older people are posting videos of animals that are attacking a child and another animal comes up and saves it. Right. And everybody's like, oh my God, that's so, look at this horse or this dog. And it's like, they really can't tell. Like, older people cannot fucking tell that that's not real. And that's where I'm starting to see the reality deteriorate from that way coming this way, because it's just getting better, right? It won't be long before we're also tricked, right? Just because we're young.
Well, I mean, I know there's not one day that goes by that I go into work and somebody's like, you see that video? You think it's AI? And I'm like,
I hear so much about it.
It's AI, dude. Trust me. It's AI. I didn't even see the video.
The fact that you're questioning it, most likely
if you got to question it.
Right. And we're losing that. But that line in the sand, in reality, it gets pushed back further and further every day, incrementally, of course, not overnight. Because my first taste of AI was a picture somebody had sent me of what AI thought Safford would look like. And it was, it looked like a preschooler, maybe not a preschooler, but there was a resemblance of Safford, and that's it. There wasn't really, and this was like maybe 3 years ago. And look at it now. Look at AI now from 3 fucking years. That's a fucking...
Give it another 10 years.
Oh,
we will be their slave.
Well, have you seen the robots? I've seen the New York Times, the robots that are doing chores now, and they look creepy. They have like they almost look like.
I've seen some pretty whack videos.
But these are real. Like, so this is like a real. This isn't AI. But they were discussing these robots that will do your chores for you, and they're fucking made of a fabric. It looks like a potato sack. They couldn't come up with a more frightening. And then the eyes are these like beady, they're almost like pit bull eyes. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, how did we get to this point? And they're very. It's in its preliminary stages. They're fumbling shit, but as this progressed, I was reading further and further into it that somebody somewhere else is manning this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's not even
a robot. It's somebody.
It's an RC.
So yeah, right. So why don't you just hire that person to come clean your fucking apartment and you save yourself the amount of. But the point that I felt I took from that was we're here. Like this is it. This is it. It won't be long before there are no remotes.
Well, that's robotics built by your local smart guy.
Right.
You know, that's the interview I saw was, you know, yeah, he was running it with this from another room.
Right.
It's like that's not the kind of robotics technology that like the government has. Have you seen their war dogs and those robotic?
Well, they're resemblance like the Black Mirror shit program from Netflix from so long.
But it's real,
terrifying.
Man.
Yeah,
like,
it's not a
the military has shit that is insane.
Can you imagine if they lifted the veil of everything that we could see? It would probably keep us up at night. If we knew. Now, I'm sure this discussion or this topic, it's fucking worn in the ground multiple times over, but how they manipulate the weather. You know, the HARP, it was a term I'd heard, but there's seeding the clouds.
Yeah.
Somebody was really, they almost borderline made me a PowerPoint presentation at work.
Yeah,
recently.
they use aluminum.
Is that what it is?
The main ingredient
is aluminum.
Yeah.
So why can't they manipulate that for us? We've been in a drought for a long time right here. Why not make it rain right now or on us? Why is there an abundance in some places, I wonder, and not in others? Like why?
Well, they say too when they're seeding that there has to be the right atmosphere to make, so you just can't make it moist in this area. You know what I mean?
Right.
They have to have the right.
There's other things that have to take place in order for this to even fucking happen in the first place.
Yeah. So what they do is they just push it to open up. Say you got a rain cloud that has the potential. They can open it up and make it go.
Okay.
You know,
that still seems fucking wild to me. I don't know.
They could turn a 10% chance of rain into 100%.
Well, give us 100%. We'd be fine. I'm okay with this if it's benefiting me.
But we have a 0% chance.
We haven't though. Like in the summer, I'd see like we'd have like 10, 20, 30.
Right.
And I don't know. I was in that conversation. I was looking back like, well, fuck. I wish somebody would have been. Why not be evil in my favor for once?
Right. Well, you got to look at what's the gain in the locations for the people that are in charge.
Yeah, that doesn't do them any good.
You want to go down the rabbit hole, you know?
But yeah, so that's kind of what I want to discuss too. So how long would you say it's been? Like probably about a year, right? Since we've put out an episode or since we've taken a break on unannounced?
It's been about 15 months probably.
About 15 months. Okay. So a little more over a year. So in that time though, that's what you've been up to. That's what you've been up to. Your sobriety.
Yeah. And just figuring out my body. And I've blown away my doctors and
everybody.
And
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Even my eyes are getting better. I got a new prescription coming in. These are
shit, dude.
Yeah. I noticed it a couple of months ago getting out of the shower.
All of a sudden you can start seeing things a little clearer.
Yeah, so my vision's getting better.
Wow.
Your body can repair itself.
Sure.
If you know what to put in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's part of the journey is figuring out what do I put in this? Where do I start? Right. And unfortunately, like I see this a lot where there's like these fucking like life coaches, like get out there, eat that protein.
Right.
But it's not the same for everybody.
There's a whole bunch of different protein out there.
Yeah. And what some's good for others isn't, it's not always the best for everybody. That's how I see things, at least. I don't know. I feel like spending as much time as I did in the medical field, I learned rather quickly that not everybody's bodies and metabolisms are fucking everything. It's just not built exactly the same.
Not exactly the same.
There's parallels, obviously,
but your body,
reacts.
There's not one of us that can't get it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Absolutely.
You're saying just the different diets.
These vague fucking power diets where people are like, get out there. And you're like, dude, you're going to tell a diabetic person to not fucking eat food for 6 hours and go fucking do a bunch of push-ups. Like that's bad for that person.
Right. And I've had a lot of people telling me too, they're like, yeah, I can't do fasting because of my medication, and I can't do
But
fasting.
you can find a way.
And it's like, well, okay, but how, you take your medicine all day, you know what I mean? Like, for the people that are really wanting to get on, there are professionals out there
that will help you.
Doctors.
Yeah.
Like
that are fighting the good fight.
That do have programs.
Right.
And they've taken people that are like the worst of the worst diabetically
and bring them back.
They'll monitor them
while
they're doing their fast treatment with them. And you're talking, it cures them. It cures them.
But that's a slippery slope too, because what you don't want to make enemies with, a very powerful entity that relies on you being unhealthy.
Right.
Like as a whole.
Well, what they need to do is just change the market they're in.
Exactly. If they made the market to where they benefited from it financially, we would be healthy and they'd be rich. Yeah. Everybody would win. But I don't know. I certainly don't try to dig up too much on like certain things. But what I want to talk to you about though, the other question I had for you was that, so you fasting. So walk me through this. So when did you do your first fast, and how long was it?
Well, I was doing the OMAD for about 3 weeks before I did my first 5-day fast. So an OMAD is 1 meal a day. So that's a 24-hour fast. Each day is a 24-hour fast.
So
that's technically my first fast.
Okay.
But and then so a 5-day fast. What do you want to know about it?
Well, I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Like, at what point, like, did you feel like it was like you were getting faint, or that this was you had to push yourself to some capacity? Going without eating for even 2 days. I did a 2-day fast, and I started to feel a little faint. I could not imagine 5 days, because when you came over here not too long ago, you were telling me about.
Yeah, it was like 3-4 days in.
That's fucking gnarly, dude. Did you feel faint at all? Or no?
Not at all. Not at all. And that's because you got to regulate your sodium intake and drink water.
Right.
Like when I'm doing those fasts, I'm going through bottled water every hour.
Yeah.
If not more.
Right.
And you will pee all the time.
Yeah.
But
is your body getting rid of the shit?
Yeah, you got to flush all that out.
And I wanted to ask you too. So you mentioned earlier we just went to Walmart to grab something for the show, and on our way back, I was asking you about you were telling me about how you're starting to dream more because in your sobriety, it's just like opening up something, right? You're dreaming more and more. Would you say like your dreams are vivid?
They're really vivid, even color. Like I don't know how people say you can't dream in color. I dream in color all the time.
I've never thought of that. I don't know if I have or I haven't, because
I don't know
how much
what they mean by that, but I mean, there's always colors in my dream. I think if I had a black and white dream, it'd be kind of weird.
It'd weird you out a little bit.
But no, the dreams are pretty insane. Like, but and usually I have no feeling. Like if you have a dream that's you wake up and that was supposed to be scary, I guess.
Right.
But it wasn't, and all that. Not till
you're assigning, you're trying to assign emotions to what you're supposed to be feeling.
Right, and that's why after I wake up and think about it, I'm like, how I do not feel any of those emotions, and I rarely feel any emotions in my dream except maybe horny, but
I was gonna ask about that.
I always feel horny in my dreams.
Even in a nightmare.
Even in a nightmare. Yeah, I'm like, fuck that guy.
Fuck that ghost. What else I wanted to bring up was that, so we've been in this hiatus, right? Our listeners, or anybody who's paying attention to our show, that we've gone like this year and a half without, and it's not like nothing's not happened. It's not like I became a monk and I just sat in my house. We actually did a lot. In fact, we did a lot more, I feel like, just recently, over the winter. We did a lot of camping. We
did a lot of cold camping.
Dude, why? Why did we do that? But I think mostly Zach.
Yeah.
Zach would, and he talks.
And it's fine with me.
Yeah, no, I had a great time, but I was like, dude, this is fucking when we camped at
that was Lower Eagle.
Lower Eagle, dude. Yeah. That was fucking How low?
It got down to like 24 degrees, I think, that night in Lower Eagle. Saying we're right by a creek, so you know.
Right. And you know what's funny is when we woke up the next morning, when I went down to the creek, which is just maybe 100 yards away, a dirty white horse came walking up the trail, and it, for a moment, I was like, "This is exactly what a dream would look like." You know what I mean? Because the sunlight was like golden. We were still within the shadows of the canyon. The water was trickling. I was really kind of having a moment. And then here comes this dirty white horse. I'm like, man, if I was on mushrooms, I'd assume that this was supposed to be some kind of like symbol. But what I wanted to talk about too was share the story about how we found that mine shaft that had fucking warm water.
Yeah, it was the whole reason we went on this camping trip was to find this. We didn't know it was a shaft.
No,
we were told it's just hot springs.
None of us had been there technically.
Right.
We all went there for the first time together.
Yeah, and we went off Nate's directions to Zach. And Zach he found it.
Yeah,
he found it. We ended up finding the small pool, which was probably what everybody talks about is the hot spring.
And it was being fed.
But we followed the feed.
Yeah.
And well, actually, it was fed from a little spring out of the ground.
Right.
But
and to paint the picture for our listeners, like this is all in a canyon. It's got trees in the bottom of it. It's real pretty.
Hundreds of feet tall.
Oh, it's so wild looking. Yeah, you just can't. It's hard to describe it unless you're from this area. It's almost impossible. Like I was looking at today. I was in Google Earth, just walking around Texas, a little town called Eunice, Texas, maybe, or New Mexico. But I thought, like, this is fucking so flat. Like, dude, not a mountain around. And if that's what you grew up seeing is just flat, I think a place like Arizona might be a little overwhelming.
Well, yeah, you look at Turkey Creek, Lower Eagle, all these places, and the canyons that you don't see when you're driving on the interstate or the highway. You're like, oh, it's just desert.
No,
get into those canyons, and I'll tell you,
tons of shit.
They have their own like biosphere
ecosystem.
Yeah,
there's so many different things, like so many different animals and creatures.
You got wild grapes growing everywhere. You get
but at that spot where we found that first pool, that first hot water spring, and it kind of felt like, oh, this is it. I'm like, no, there's no way this is it. I mean, this is nice. And then we followed that waterfall, and then there's no way to fucking really see that unless like you just dig for it, because it's the trail to get to that mine shaft we're talking about that has hot water in it.
Now that waterfall, remember, it had icicles.
Yeah.
That's how cold it was this time of year. We're looking for a hot spring in the middle of winter, and it had icicles probably 10 feet long hanging off of it.
Yeah,
it was
super
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah.
And then we got up there, and then we found there's like the stilts. Yeah, it looked like something you would see.
It was an old mine shaft.
It's just like you'd see in the movies.
In the side of a rock in this cliff, and the water right out to the outside was a good 90 degrees.
Yeah, tall enough to stand in. And it went back. How many yards do you think it went back? Like
yards?
Yeah.
I'd say
like football.
30 yards.
Yeah, 30 yards. And then it just banked left like a 90-degree angle, and then it just dropped
down. And and the water was so clear you could see the old timbers from
what they were trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
What do you think they were trying to get out of there? What do you think they found?
Well, for a shaft like that, I'd guess gold.
You put that much effort into that. That must
have been. You're not mining copper in a little hole like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was something more valuable. But what weirded me out about that spot is that the fact that you guys were like trying to swim down and get to and nobody could touch the bottom.
I didn't try.
Dude, I
didn't try.
I think I think somebody lost a headlamp trying to just see how far it'd go down, and it was a wild sight.
Yeah.
You'd have to see it for yourself to even understand exactly what we're saying. But yeah, it was an amazing.
I'd like to try. If I had goggles, I'd probably try, but I didn't trust the water. Yeah. What's
bleeding into this?
Right.
Yeah.
And if they were doing gold back in the day, you don't know about if there's any. We were swimming in this shit, but I was worried about my eyes. Really.
Yeah. Because you never know what you're exposing your eyes to. Yeah. But Scott, your boy, was mentioning scuba gear. Like, let's get some scuba gear. But then he immediately, he backpedaled. He's like, you know what? Never mind. Fuck that. Dude, you know how dangerous this is? You imagine getting snagged up in something down there and then you just fucking run out of oxygen and die?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, To me, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, if anything, I would do it with an air supply, not a tank, but like just an air pump.
Right.
And I would go so far, as long as the
that's a
hose.
production. We're
I would
talking
do
about
that.
full fucking production.
Right.
To find essentially nothing.
Right.
Risk your life, but at the same time, I think that's such a well hidden entrance. It reminds me of something from like Lord of the Rings. Like just there's trees and a trickling waterfall on one side, and below us was a giant waterfall. Nothing.
And who knows what it looked like 50 years or 100 years
100 years ago, right? How the fuck did they find that? And you could imagine they're probably digging and digging. They hit a spring. Fucking.
And then they get the timbers up in there.
Yeah, how do they do any of that? Yeah, dude, right. Now that's 3 meals a day type shit.
Yeah.
That's getting shit done.
Yeah.
So there we did that, which was fun. And then we went. James came down from New Zealand or up from New Zealand, and then we went out to. Dude, every time he comes here to the U.S., he's got to fly from Auckland to British Columbia, Canada, to Dallas. Back to Phoenix.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because we just had family leave yesterday from here to Chicago. They flew to Los Angeles and then to Chicago. That seems like such a backtrack. I don't understand how do they financially gain burning that much fuel? Running people back.
Well, how many people? They just do it.
I guess right
because connecting flights.
Yeah, maybe that makes. Okay, so James most likely.
Out of everybody on that plane, there's probably 2 people trying to go to Phoenix
from Auckland.
Right. Right.
So James, he came out last the summer just passed, and then we went camping. We all went camping in was that Turkey Creek, Aravaipa Canyon?
That was Turkey. Yeah.
Dude, that was amazing too. But it was freezing again, fucking freezing.
Yeah. What was it? Because this was only like 3 weeks after. 2 weeks after the last camping
we didn't
trip
they were
we did
back to back
in Lower Eagle. So it was pretty cold there. There was how many? 5 of us in that? Four. There was 4 of us in my tent, and the dude, it smelled like fucking ass.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much it smelled. It was warm. That's all the man pile.
I think I got up because we have the heater going on in there, but I had it by me too, and I refilled it through the night. Thing. But man, I got up to take a piss, came back in the tent, and the smell of ass. So I said, you know what? We got a heater in here. We need a little fresh air. So I just left the corner of it open.
We can sacrifice a few degrees to get the
James was right by the opening anyway. So
so you did get to see him last time he was here in that camping trip. But me and James went to. Dude, James told me we were driving to Flagstaff. This guy, we were just listening to music. And Tina Turner came on, and he says, "Oh yeah, Tina Turner. My uncle robbed her." It's like, what? The fuck did you just say? He said, "Yeah, it's famously robbed Tina Turner in the '90s. She was playing a show in Auckland, and after the show." James' uncle fucking and his buddy robbed Tina Turner it was like post show. So it was after the show. They were all in like some area eating and drinking and being merry. And they fucking ran up in there with knives and fucking robbed Tina Turner and took her shit.
Knife point,
dude. It was just such a wild story just to lay on me. Casually, I was like, "That's a pretty big fucking deal." Tina Turner's huge. Dude, that's a big name to rob.
Where was this?
Auckland. Yeah, he said that his uncles, they're famous for it. They're still to this day, it gets talked about. He said people will walk up to him like, "Oh yeah, you're so and so's nephew. Yeah, he robbed Tina Turner." Like this is like recently. Like so, he gets asked about it recently. This happened in the '90s. Yeah. So it's folklore at this point. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I couldn't believe he's. But James and I, if we have time, I'd like to tell you about my adventure with James, where I got roofied for the first time in my life. I don't know if I ever told you the story or not. I don't know if I ever told you the full extended version of it, or I don't know if you heard any of it actually.
Let's hear it.
Dude, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. It was the most terrifying experience of my life.
Said nobody ever roofies me,
dude. I've been roofied. Well, now let me say. I was under the impression that I may have been roofied one other time. Now looking back after really being roofied, I may have just gotten fucking really drunk. This time, however, this felt fucking real. Like, I didn't feel it. It was the fucking. I knew the next morning when I woke up that nothing was as like my body was telling me whatever you put in us, it wasn't supposed to be here. It wasn't just a hangover. So that day, James and I, we like I said, after he's telling me the Tina Turner story about his Uncle Robin, or we drive up to Sedona, and then from Sedona up to Flagstaff, and then from Flagstaff, we're all there. It's me, James, Mary, the girl, my family. It's a family trip with James, right? And my Orlando's even there, and we drive up. The next morning, I make everybody get up. Like, everybody get up. We're going to go see the sunrise at the Grand Canyon, which is amazing. We drove up all the way. We got there just before sunrise. We all walked out there. James is fucking smoking a joint right there in front of all these tourists. He didn't give a fuck. He just lights up.
He looks like he could be an Arizona boy.
All day long. Yeah, he could have easily been born and raised here. So he's just smoking a joint, like taking it all in. Like, holy shit, this is amazing. We really did have an amazing experience. We drove back down, and you know that they have like that Flintstone style village that's still.
Yeah, I saw you post all those pictures.
Yeah, there was in a movie called
The Flintstones.
No, it was a backdrop to a movie in the 80s, The Wizard. Remember that movie? The Nintendo playing kid. They had like autism, but was really good at fucking video games.
I may have seen it, but
it's been.
I can't.
But can you picture the dinosaurs in the? Yeah. So that they still have that there now, but it's just its own little area, and you got to pay to get in. And we paid the money because we just wanted to see it. James is here. Let's fuck it. We're gonna do this. So anyhow, we got back. By the time we actually got back into Flagstaff, everybody was kind of tired from getting up that early, and we had a dinner reservation at a place called Oregano's as a big family, that we went up there with. So we had some time to kill. Faith and Orlando were like, we're going to go to Arizona, and the girls wanted to go to Target and swim. James and I were like, well, let's go to fucking shoot some pool, drink some beer, classic move, so we find a spot that's downtown Flagstaff. We get settled in. I get a beer. James gets a beer. And we're shooting. It's a big pool hall is what it is. So there's all these. It's like there's probably like 7 or 8 pool tables inside of this bar, and there's all these flags from all over the world hanging. It's actually a pretty cool bar. I wouldn't mind going back there if I can. If I'm promised to not be roofied again, I can go back there and have some beers comfortably. So I fucking go in this. We're in this bar and we're drinking, and of course James's accent, it gets people's attention, right? He's got this thick aluminium, and. And we're shooting pool, and then dude, I'm not fucking kidding you. I'm not kidding. There was 3 people that were shooting pool lateral, like just to the side of us and their own pool table. And in fact, our 2 pool tables had a little nightstand between them that's where my camera bag went and my beers and James' cigarettes and shit. And they had their shit too. It was big enough for both of us to have our shit on there. Well, there's 3 of the 3, the party of 3. One of them was a female who I swear to on everything, it was Jennifer Garner. I looked at her. She starts talking to James. Are you from New Zealand or Australia? I'm a Kiwi from New Zealand. And so they kind of talk, and the whole entire time they're talking, I'm just like, this is Jennifer Garner from fucking Ben Affleck's baby mama right here. This is crazy. And she looks at me after a while. She's like, hi, I can't remember. She gave herself some wild name like Patty Cake or something. I was like, that's not your name. You're Jennifer Garner. and she actually says to me, what's in your wallet? Like the fucking commercials. Swear to God. I was like, are you really? And she's like, no, I'm patty cake mayonnaise or whatever fucking ridiculous name that she'd come up with. And so she had 2 people with her. And one of them, he was like a well-dressed man. None of them looked like they really needed to be like hanging out together. Right. The guy, he was, there was Jennifer Garner. There was some guy with like a little rat tail. He looked like maybe he skated for like an amateur skateboarding company or something. I really couldn't pinpoint where he fit into the trifecta, but the other guy was like this older, he was like a little bit older. He looked like a businessman. And they're all just they had chemistry. They'd been like, they were hanging out together, right? Well, then hey, let's all shoot pool together. I thought, okay, I mean, who gets an opportunity to shoot pool? Jennifer Garner and Flagstaff, with James, it's like, this is all right. So we, dude, it gets fucking rough. Jennifer Garner and James begin arguing over the rules of pool. She's like, back in New York City, we call our shots, and James like, hey, in fucking New Zealand, and this is going on back and forth. It's getting a little out of hand. Like, I'm like, they're going to fucking fight. James going to fight Jennifer Garner right now. Like, they're going to throw down right now. I had to get in there a couple times. Like, hey, relax. We'll call our shots. It's okay. That was the big issue. They were playing pool. It was 3 of them versus us 2, which also
no money on the table.
No. This was just a friendly game. But for some reason, this little detail in the game, it kept on fucking tripping up Jennifer Garner for some reason. I don't know why.
She couldn't let it go.
No. She was not. Fuck no. She was pissed. James was willing to let it go, but he not without some fucking lip first, right? So there, as you can imagine. So like they were kind of going back and forth, and I come to find out through conversation that the guy with the ponytail is Jennifer Garner's boyfriend. And then the other guy is just kind of hanging out. I didn't really know still like what he was doing, but we're shooting pool. I'm probably like maybe a beer and a half deep into this. I got to take a piss. You break the seal. I got to go So I go to the restroom, take a piss. I come back and I go to reach for my beer. And Jennifer Garner's boyfriend is like, no. This is your beer. And I didn't think anything of it.
The guy with the rat tail?
Yeah.
Yeah, suspicious.
Suspicious behavior, right? Would you fucking... I got James with me.
I would have slammed it down.
Yeah, I did, like a fucking moron. Fucking chugged that thing. And the guy that was with them, that would be the businessman, he kind of felt the need at this point to let me know clandestinely. He said, hey, man, just so you know, I'm not with them. So what the fuck?
You just got drugged.
No,
I'm not. I know, but
that's exactly how it felt, though, right? Yeah. He says, I met them at a show last night. We've been blowing coke for the last 24 hours. We haven't slept. I gotta go, and just fucking leaves the bar. Leaves me with Jennifer Garner and her boyfriend, who looks less than trustworthy. Which is still, all of it seems like not real, that I'm even drinking beers with Jennifer Garner and her fucking boyfriend. I wish she would have just come out and tell me it was her. It would have changed everything dramatically for me. I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. But in my 3rd or 4th beer, I begin to feel something. Now, you've ingested drugs in the past, or you've dabbled in things. When you're experimenting with something, your body recognizes that. Like, oh, there it is. That's the mushroom. That's the LSD. That's fill in the blanks. But your body will tell you, this is the first time we're feeling this. And that's exactly what I felt. This isn't real. This is real, but this isn't beer.
Right.
And I start dashing in and out of consciousness almost. And I'm like, this is fucked. But I don't want to admit to myself at this point that I've been roofied by Jennifer Garner's boyfriend or by a stranger, because I don't know what that means. What does that entail? Well, I thought maybe I'm just getting fucking really drunk. That's what I told myself. And then, so we continue to shoot pool, and then they, for some reason, as a couple, James is like, what? I just ran into Starner recently, and he told Starner that he thinks I just got drunk. Yeah, fuck James. Didn't have my back.
Fuck you, James.
Didn't have my back at fucking all.
He's just drunk.
Yeah, he's just drunk. Dude, I
probably would have said the same.
Yeah, most likely. I'd probably say the same about any one of us, because we all have a history of drinking, right?
Yeah.
And overdoing it. I'm okay with that. I'm not upset that wasn't the initial thought. But after, dude, first of all, designating me a beer was weird.
Yeah.
Period. It's a fucking weird thing to do.
Yeah.
That would have been my first. If I was sober, that would have been my first red flag. Right? If I had no beers in me, that would have been like, I don't know, man. If that was let me say, if that was my first beer.
And it was the boyfriend that.
Yeah.
That
absolutely. He was absolutely like, hey, no, this is yours. Okay. Got no reason to fucking doubt you. Jennifer Garner's boyfriend, whoever. I can't remember his name. I don't remember his name at all. I don't remember any of their names other than patty cake mayonnaise or whatever she called herself.
I do got an idea how you could find out if that really was
Jennifer Garner. What do I do?
To find out for sure, go on to however they communicate with their public or whatever.
Sure. Okay.
Go on there and ask her, how do you like to play pool? What's your rules? And how lenient are you on these rules? You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's no way, if she was that intent at that time, that she's gonna let it slide. Even if she was not calling your shots, you gotta call. You know what I mean?
Well, let's say even if she was blowing coke for a 24-hour period, would things change? You think, or because
coke? No.
If that's who she is sober, that's who she is coked out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah. Okay. Well, at any rate,
when's the last time she was sober? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even think of anything Jennifer Garner's in other than Pearl Harbor. I think. Other than,
I don't know.
I don't know. I had to think about it. Just see her in the commercials. The Capital One commercials is where I see her. So that's where when I started connecting the dots, like you're Jennifer, you're from, and she even said, "What's in your wallet?"
Yeah,
dude. You know what I mean? It was weird. So, as the effects were setting in, I realized now that we had to meet up with Mary because we were going to go to the Oregano's. That's why I wasn't, my intentions was not to get fucking blackout drunk. My intentions were to have a few beers, shoot some pool, eat some pasta at Oregano's, which is an amazing restaurant there in fucking Flagstaff, and then go back, watch the rugby match with James, and go to bed. That was my full intention.
Those were your intentions? What happened?
Well, I got fucking drugged, and then I fucking ended up blacking the fuck out just before I blacked out. Get this, Jennifer Garner and this guy, they're telling us at this point, "Hey, we gotta go, but this is our friend Tanner." So introduces us now to a guy named Tanner, and I don't know why I feel like we're being batoned off from one party to the other,
right.
But it certainly felt that way. And he's like, "Yeah, hey guys, my name's Tanner, and this is my dog." And he had like a dog with him, Freckles or whatever the fuck, I don't know. And I didn't give a fuck because everything about Tanner to me just didn't check out. Nothing about him. Maybe my body was in full fight or flight mode, knowing that it was trying to break something down it had never broke down before, and knew it was bad. I don't know, but Tanner, anything that came out of Tanner's mouth, it would just seem strange. Like, but he was very interested in James. He didn't care about me whatsoever. But I decided to ask him some questions. Like, "Oh, so Tanner, where are you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from San Diego." "Oh, okay, I used to live in San Diego. What part of San Diego?" "Oh, over there by the beach." I don't know, man. It just doesn't check out. So you just grow up like skating and surfing and shit. And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I grew up surfing and I surfed every day." So what beach? Where you at? Like, where'd you paddle out? Where? He's like, "Oh, he couldn't fucking answer any of these questions, which in itself, everything was spiraling and conspiring against my mental health at this point, right? You know what I mean? I'm getting lied to. I'm feeling fucking weird. Then the worst thing happens. I don't remember anything. Black the fuck out. I called Mary because I guess if you're roofied to some capacity, you can still make like you still have muscle memory, right? I guess. I don't know. First time. So I must have talked to Mary and I said, "Hey, you want to come pick up me and James from the bar because we're gonna, we're gonna go to Oregano's." She's like, "Yeah, I'll be right wearing a rental." So she pulls up to the fucking front of the bar. I come walking out and James isn't with me. And I say to her, "Hey, we're having this conversation now." She's in the road. It's very small. Flagstaff's roads are it reminds me like Boston or something. Very, very tight. The streets aren't very wide. And I said, "Well, hold on. James using the restroom. We'll do a lap and then come back and pick us up. It's a one-way street." She said that when she started to drive off at that moment, after when I walked out, she noticed, as she was pulling up, she noticed that there was this suspicious looking man in the fucking alley next to the bar looking at me. And then she said, as soon as I said something to her in the van, this guy began looking at her. And she said it was not pretty. It was like a mean mug. And so when I said, "Let's do a lap," she does a lap. She comes back. That fucking guy's gone. So Mary's not really thinking anything of this other than maybe Levi and James were being belligerent assholes in the bar and this guy doesn't like them, which is also
pretty used to that.
Yeah, it's not out of the question. But that's where it didn't end there I have no idea. I was fucking, I have no idea. I've never been broad daylight like in that state of mind. We go to Oregano's. And there's a young kid, she's about like 18 or 19 years old, not that matter. She's black. She's an athlete. She's got all of these fucking gold medals around her neck. She just broke all kinds of fucking records at the NAU campus there in track and field. And everybody's clapping. She's got all these family members there and they're clapping. And I'm watching this, in my state of whatever I'm in. And I walk up to them and I don't know why. I start chanting and clapping. Blacks love Mexicans. Mexicans love the blacks. Yeah. And people, dude, I don't know why I would do. I got my family with me, right? Everybody's joining in.
Oh no, dude. They're thinking this guy started a chant. Maybe it's her chant. We'll chant too.
Yeah, there's like people. They just got it on it. Everybody's chanting. Mexicans love the blacks. Blacks love the Mexicans. Mary just left. She's like, "Fuck this. This is a Levi show, and I'm tired of it. I just came here to eat fucking dinner. Like this. I haven't seen him, and I got my wife and my kids there. James is like, well, let's leave. I don't remember. She got in the van first. I followed, I guess. This is all just shit I've pieced together from other conversations, right? I asked James when we were out in the parking lot. Now, mind you, this is still daylight out. I say, James, can you do a haka? What those, like the tribal screams and yells that Kiwis do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing right here? And he's like, you're like, right here? I said, yeah, right here. And he just does it right in the parking lot. Takes his shirt off, fucking screaming, tongue out. And I don't remember any of that either. I don't remember not one fucking second of that. Then we got in the van, I guess, went back to the hotel. I was running around, which is not, if I'm that drunk, I'm not running around. Like I'm typically like winding down. Right?
Yeah.
I ran across the fucking street. I didn't look. They said I didn't even look. I could have been hit by a fucking car. Went into a bar, no shirt on. I came back, ran back across. Nobody could stop me. I was out of fucking control. It was like having like a fucking maybe I would picture maybe like I would say golden retriever. No, a German Shepherd puppy that finally got out of the gate for the first time.
Yeah.
No control, none. I came back, put on my fucking jersey that James had got, my Warriors jersey. Nobody can contain me. I watched 2 seconds of the fucking back across the street, back again, watched 2 seconds of the game, left, took off my clothes, put on shorts, swam, screaming, throwing the kids into the pool, and then I just fucking dropped like a sack of potatoes in between the two beds at the hotel. Dude, what the fuck happened?
Yeah,
what do you?
It sounded like you had a bunch of energy.
But why would I have that if I? Yeah, I don't know. None of it makes very much sense to me. This is how intense this was. The next morning, right, like I said, right when I woke up, I had this metallic taste in my mouth, which I've never tasted. I've never, and I did say, I remember immediately saying out loud, like, that's not normal, or that doesn't feel right. Or because nothing felt right. We all got everybody's laughing at me, of course, because I've just fucking made a spectacle of myself, full blast, right? And I start telling them, like, even Mary's like, none of that really made any sense. I said, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't remember anything. Then she started bringing up the fucking guy from the alley. She said, yeah. She said, I've never seen you. That guy in the alley, he was really he was eyeballing you. So what guy in the alley? She said, yeah, no, I came to get you. There's a fucking guy in the alley. He had a dog. I was like, oh.
Sprinkles.
Fucking freckles. yeah, he's a fucking dog, dude. He's this goddamn guy, right? So what I think may have happened, right, if I let my memory, or if I let my imagination just run fucking wild, what I would think happened was that maybe these are just some fucking criminals that were looking for maybe two easy targets. Maybe they saw James as an easy target. They saw me as the muscle. Let's eliminate the muscle and we can rob both of them. And then Mary fucked all that up by just.
And they would have had to wait a while. It sounded like for you to wind down.
Could you imagine? Like if they'd have fucking pulled a knife? They don't know James is a fucking boxer,
right?
They don't know how much strength. Dude, if I'm scared, I'm gonna pick somebody up over their fucking head and crack their skull. Like, dude, they could have drug us to a death match. You know what I mean? We'd have been.
Then you would end up killing somebody. Not remembering what happened. Right. That wouldn't have gone well.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm in a court of law. Like, yeah, no, I was just there to have a couple of beers. And then I end up, killing this guy because he was trying to fucking rape me and James. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how far this was gonna fucking go. Right. I still sometimes when James loves this story, by the way, he fucking loves it. He'll never let me forget it. But when I hear the story from him and from Mary, it just sounds like they're talking about somebody else, dude. Like I don't remember. And I've been drunk a lot in my life. You know, I've been drunk multiple times. I'll go on a limb and say maybe even tens of thousands of times. and I don't mean like, oh, kind of buzzed. I mean like fucking drunk, right? I don't ever remember feeling like anything like that. What do you think happened? Honestly, do you think I just got drunk?
Well, no. I mean, from the whole story, definitely got slipped something.
Something, right?
But
what?
Yeah, I mean, for if their intent was to rob you
or rape us
or rape or rob. I mean, I
mean, what do you,
either that or your body was so energized, you were doing everything because it was so foreign to your body that it was
maybe
it gave you that adrenaline to fight it. Maybe I don't know. It's pretty strange. Kind of sounds like a party drug. But.
Yeah, maybe, huh? Like that's something you take at a rave. I've never been to a rave. Have you?
No.
I hear a lot about them or see a lot of shit about them. I never. It's like that. We talked about before on the show the Burning Man. Yeah, dude. Those Burning Mans seem so. Let me get back to this really fast before getting on the Burning Man. If is the next morning whenever I got up, I knew that nothing felt right. When we went out to eat for breakfast. And I'm doing the walk of shame out to the van. Fuck, what did I just do? You know, because I really hope I didn't take anything from that girl's moment. You know, like she really just broke all kinds of fucking records by all means. Like, dude, who's this fucking lunatic running around Oregano's, this family restaurant, fucking starting a race chant? You know? So I really hope that I didn't affect negatively anything. I'm sure they have that story. I'm sure they tell that story all the time. Like, remember that time you won all those awards? That fucking dude, you know, showed up and made a fucking ass of himself. I don't know. I would like to think that that's what they do. But at any rate, the next morning we got up and we went out to eat. Remember, we were looking for that restaurant that me and you and Matt and Mary and Scott. Rel.
Yeah, that was delicious.
It was. They shut that place down forever. It shut down forever. But they had, remember the train.
Yeah, they had the train set that went all the way around the restaurant.
Fucking delicious, man. I told Matt's like, where's the restaurant? I was also in that restaurant for the first time. Matt knew that. He's like, where's the restaurant at? And I pointed back to the kitchen and he walked back to the kitchen.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
But we we couldn't find, we couldn't find that fucking restaurant. That trip was amazing. I want to say that trip that we took back there
that was great.
That was one of the funnest trips of my life. I never really expected to hear half of the shit that I heard from Scott and Lee. They live. That's how they live. They live in fucking campsites and they just live homeless around Coconino County. Like just hearing their resilience of how they survived and what they did was fucking amazing.
They got their system.
Yeah, dude. And it works.
Yeah.
They're down here now. They're down here in Graham County. Where they're at, I don't know. I really needed to, like I said earlier in the episode, I do want to talk to Scott because I want him on the show very badly. He's such an interesting guy. But at any rate, so we ended up finding that another restaurant, like a mom and pop type restaurant, kind of like that, right? And we sat down. And I'm already feeling better. Like it's strange. I'm not feeling like hungover, but I've got this fucking headache that's like, dude, I feel like my ears are bleeding, but I'm not nauseous. I don't know. I don't really understand like what was happening. I had this like strange metallic taste in my mouth, which I'll never forget. I've smelled something in the mine that tasted like that, which was weird. But when we sat down, I ordered an orange juice and the fucking waitress poured me a glass of orange juice. Or no, she brought me orange juice and I didn't see her pour it. So I said, I can't drink this. I can't. I've developed a phobia of fucking drinking or eating anything now. I can't. I'm sorry. Can I watch you? So I had to get just a drink of water. The orange juice was, for all I know, you've tainted it. You're going to rob me. I'm going to fucking cause an issue in here. Dude, it's like, a whole week passed after that happened. And me and, it was me and Chewy and James and Mary and Jake. It was Jacob and Tyler. We ended up out going to Bisbee the following week. And I thought maybe I just did get drunk. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if I drink, I can relax myself a little bit. And still, I only drink White Claws now, which is fucking interesting. But I only drink, if I'm gonna drink, I only drink White Claws. And we sat down at this bar and I ordered a White Claw, and they were opening them for me. And I thought that was really nice. It really helped me. But I might like my third or fourth White Claw, the beer she handed to me already opened, and I couldn't drink it. I couldn't get it past my lips because I'm like, I developed a full blown fucking phobia of ever being in a situation like that ever the fuck again. I'm 42, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not a fucking 20-year-old kid. Like that could have really fucking, who knows? That could have killed me. You know what I mean? Like you said, my adrenaline, what happens if my fucking heart, what if it just fucking, it gave out? Yeah. It scared me. Yeah. It's still a little startling. I don't really care too much. I'm surprised I even told the story actually on the show, but oh well, we'll survive. But that'd be your guess, right? That maybe. What do you think the intention was, though? To rob us?
I mean, it'd have to be.
Right?
It'd have to be.
For what, though?
They don't know what you got.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, you don't know what we have. For all we know. Yeah, we're tourists, right?
Got this strong arm you, make you take all your money out of the ATM. I don't know.
Well, because I guess.
But it seemed like a pretty long play.
Yeah, right. You're going to draw us all. We're going to play fucking 5 games of pool. Yeah. And then here's the thing. I think James, his accent was a red flag, right? They're probably like, oh, here we go. Foreigner.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah.
And then.
He's got to have traveling money.
Yeah, right.
He did. They didn't know.
They don't fucking know. But I mean, at the end of the fucking day, they really, they changed my life. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never, and still to this day, ever since that happened, I don't really drink heavily. It really did something. Like I can't really, I'm scared to like lose myself, right? Like I don't ever want to feel whatever that was ever the fuck again,
Yeah. You want more control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's normal, right?
Well, I don't know. A lot of addicts and don't want the control. They want to.
Is that how you felt? Did you not want the control?
Yeah, me being an alcoholic, man, my brain was too loud.
Oh yeah,
and it was the only way really to silence it, and for years it was the only thing that would help me sleep.
Yeah,
and knowing now.
Yeah, it really wasn't helping.
It wasn't helping me rest at all. Your body does so much to.
So do you miss it? But you miss the euphoria.
I do miss the euphoria.
Yeah.
But being sober, I get so much more shit done.
Dude, right? It's like living 2 lives now. Like I get up in the morning, take care of all kinds of shit if I'm not hungover. In the summer, I'm a piece of shit. I'll be the first to say it. Like I don't care. Like
it gets hot.
If there's a thunderstorm brewing, or if I'm at a body of water, or if I'm camping, I have no control. That's just I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens. What I do know though is that once the water becomes too cold to jump in, I don't want a beer ever again. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't know why. I personally don't understand it, but that's that. But do you miss like and I've been thinking about this a lot too, especially since we're talking about coming back to the show and we're doing this again. We don't really have to wonder what it's like. You know what I mean? Like
not at all.
Like you and I, and like, how many camping trips have we had with our friends? And anybody who's listening to this, go back and listen to the first fucking however many episodes. Like we've had a really good track record of having a really good time. Like there's not any part of me that's like
no shortage of it.
Yeah,
no, I'm missing out.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No.
Yeah, I overheard somebody talking at work. These kids talking about drinking Fireball. There was some friends down by the river, and not one part of me was like, oh, I wish I was doing that. I don't romanticize that at fucking all. Now, I will say, if I see people my own age having beers and having a good time, and it's not getting out of control, I do get a little like FOMO. Yeah. But it comes and goes. But like as far as like kids go, like as far as like kids getting like being a kid and getting drunk, and it's weird that so many people are obsessed with youth. It's fucking crazy to me. It's in movies, it's in music, and there's just people that are obsessed with being young for some reason. And like, I don't know if I would relive that. I don't know. I mean, I've had some really good times, so I may be out for fun, but like.
Yeah, well, I mean, the great thing about our youth is the resilient bodies we had.
Yeah, and we survived it.
And the constant energy.
You know, you said something one time where I think we were camping. We were talking about getting drunk, and this is when you're sober. This is one of the more recent camping trips, but you mentioned like how drinking in a bar, it just drains your energy, just not because of the actual booze itself, but just because of the crowd.
Yeah, the different frequencies that everybody's running on. Right. You know, there's always somebody there that's looking to fight. There's always somebody there that's looking to cry on somebody's shoulder. Yeah, you know,
it's the same
find it all at a bar. They all went there for a reason, and like us, we'd always go just to get fucked up, play pool.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, as drunk as possible,
be loud.
Right.
I mean, and we're really good at it.
Yeah,
somebody not even pool, but you know, being loud,
having a good time.
Yeah.
Good at having fun. I got it tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, me too.
And it really is. It just came back to just like having a good time. And I really like looking back at pictures and stuff. I don't want to say I have any regrets because I don't, because it was amazing. And in fact, we probably wouldn't even have a podcast if it wasn't for
all the adventures.
Yeah, dude,
drunken adventures.
Dude, the amount of adventures alcohol's got me into is fucking crazy. Like I can't imagine how many things I just can't imagine. I don't know. I how many things I've survived, and how many, having the courage to even talk to certain people or do certain things because of alcohol is bad. I'm not saying it's not. I don't want to romanticize this enough for any young kid that's listening to this. Like, oh, I'm going to go do that. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But it has its good. And if you could learn, if you're not running from something, that's what else I've learned too. If I'm drinking, like in the summertime, if I'm feeling a certain way, I can't drink because it just amplifies everything, dude. Right. The last time that we all got drunk on at the farm, when Jim and Smith were trying to shoot the 9mm, they're trying to shoot a fucking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The law called on
a branch down. That was a lot. That was a lot of liquor. That was a lot of booze, man. There's been so many of those at the farm.
A lot of mushrooms.
Mushrooms, dude. Those are
a lot of everything.
But the thing is too, like, I wish the mushrooms didn't get I wish they weren't lumped up with, you sent me that TikTok video about cocaine and heroin.
Barney Five and
no, the one before that, there was like the cocaine and heroin cough syrup from.
Isn't the old remedies?
Isn't it wild that they were just reduced to that?
Victorian remedies,
dude. They fucking worked.
Yeah,
right. I mean, that's
I mean, some of it worked for what they were using it for, but then some of it was just it didn't, like for curing a cough. It didn't cure a cough. It just made him livable.
High as a kite.
Right. They're still coughing. They were just high and didn't care they were coughing,
Would you say that helped, though?
Probably just helped them bear it to get through it, but it
actually didn't help the cough itself, right?
Being on my journey I'm on, like, first of all, without pain, you're not going to learn.
Right. No, it's true.
You're not going to grow.
Right.
Pain is life.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
So, I mean, when we take these things to dull the pain.
What really are you doing for yourself?
Yeah.
What is it, Princess Bride? She says, you mock my pain.
Life is pain.
And anybody who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you something. And it's fucking true, man. Yeah. It's true. No, there's absolutely, like, all those old like Socrates and all those guys, they had it figured out pretty as far as pain, heartache.
They've been around.
Fucking and it's funny that we really aren't reinventing the wheel, right? No. We have the same capacity of emotions, the spectrum of emotions that we have today. Socrates also had all those, however long ago. So,
and how long did it take him to figure?
Yeah, how much bullshit did he have to go through in order to fucking learn all those really cool things? Yeah, I don't know. That had to be enough. How much, like, do you think he went through his own phase of getting drunk and falling down and making an ass of himself?
A lot of great people in history have,
right? And they had to learn that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why, like, when
it probably didn't take him 20 years, but
well, you don't fucking know.
But we don't know.
Yeah, you don't fucking know. We don't know. When I see somebody drunk and acting a fool, there's not any part of me that really gets frustrated or irritated. Especially now, I just think, like, hey, you got to do this. Yeah, I mean, you have to, or are you ever going to really fucking learn? And I mean, some people don't have to go through the fucking alcohol phase. Some people are just naturally fucking smart and intelligent, and they don't have to worry about any of that. But at the same time, I've met plenty of people like that, and I'm not trying to downplay the power of sober life, peaceful childhood, and no issues whatsoever. I'm not saying that. I wish that would have happened for me, but it didn't. And I've had a very adventurous life, because my life was so shitty for so long, right? But I've met people like that. They were so, like, focused, even in their 20s. They're just so fucking driven. I'm going to school. I'm doing this. I'm figuring it all the fuck out. And I look back now and I still think, like, that sucks.
In my early 20s, I would say up until I was from 21 to 23 or 4, actually, maybe 25. I was real driven, But,
yeah. Really? So, like, 20 to 25, you felt
around 22, I started drinking again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the ages. What'd you say? From when?
From like 21 to 25.
Okay.
Right. I had a lot of drive. I was wanting to
go get.
Yeah. And I was working for the mine.
Right.
But, I had my goals, and then they just fell by the wayside, and alcohol just steamrolled me into comfortable numbness.
Yeah.
Well, this is good enough for me.
Right.
This is good enough. I do fine. I pay the bills.
I get drunk.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, how many modern day Socrates have we not heard because of alcohol? Like, how many Beethovens, how many, like, real prolific humans, these once in a lifetime humans, did we not get? I think about that a lot, especially when I was on the ambulance and I come across somebody who had, like, an overdose or even a suicide, for that matter. It's uncomfortable that subject is for me right now. I think to myself, were you the next anything? Why? I thought that every time. You just never know. People that harness such, or I've also thought, were you the next Hitler? Yeah. I don't know. You never know. Yeah. So I mean, it's not up to me to decide, right? That's, but yeah, it's funny that we were talking about Hitler. I feel like Hitler's it's such an easy subject to dissect and talk about, because and I know I'm not going to use this word like openly or comfortably, but like interesting. He's an interesting person. No matter, it is fucked up. He is fucked up.
He has carved his name in history,
in the history tree of our universe forever. Now, no, I'm not going to say he was interesting. That time was interesting. Fuck Hitler. It's not interesting, but like that time was fucking interesting. Like the one man, who was Austrian, just fucking caused that much havoc for everybody. Dude, that World War II affected every single fucking part of the planet.
Yeah.
Maybe like those Polynesian islands. Maybe they didn't. Well, no, because
no, they got
it.
Nazis were everywhere, dude.
Right.
They were everywhere, and it's crazy too. I mean, we could go
a whole new episode.
Yeah, just on
based
Hitler.
On this.
But you just look. They were digging up relics from every corner of the earth. What were they looking for? I don't know.
Lord only knows. Well, they had the resources to do it. So what the fuck?
If
I had all the resources in the world, I'd also go to fucking every fucking continent also, just to look. And maybe, obviously not for like world dominance, but I want to know. I wonder how many fucking people how many of those Nazis were like, holy shit, their whole perspective change when they seen Bora Bora for the first time? Like, fuck hate. I'm going to stay here and fucking eat mushrooms and chase these women around, you know? Like, I don't know. I think about that a lot.
Yeah,
like,
how many defected and just stayed?
Yeah, and that's why a lot of artifacts are there. They said, fuck this. Got rid of their fucking Ruger and just surfed or whatever. Because, I mean, you think about, like, the world itself is so fucking beautiful. God damn. Even here locally, like, dude, I fucking run out of things to. All right, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I will never run out of things to. We will never run out of places to camp, even if we try to. This is just some county in southeast Arizona.
Yeah.
Like
you can get lost on a dirt road
for hours,
and there'll be plenty of turnoffs that.
You got to wonder.
That'll take you to some places. Them hit an oasis, you
right.
know.
Well, we're just talking about the fucking the mine shaft.
Yeah.
Dude, how long has that been there? Like, how many people just walk past it because it's so well hidden?
And we've been down Lower Eagles so many times. We never knew it was there.
Right. And then how many? So if you multiply that possibility by however many canyons there are, how many fucking forests there are, mountains, what have you. Not just in America, not in Arizona or the U.S., but Canada, South America, Central America, everywhere. Dude, it's heartbreaking to think that I'll never see not even a fucking smidgen of any. Yeah, you know what I mean? All I can do is just take care of what I can locally. Just like go find these places and, you know, try my best to find, like I said, when we came across that Apache box all those years ago, Connor and Tommy and I thought to myself, like, how the fuck did I not know that there wasn't a fucking a Buddhist monastery?
And we're talking about doing a hike here in the near future about doing it. We were talking about it
going
with
back.
Zach. And,
I want to take you guys there really bad and kind of give back to Zach what he's been giving to us lately. Because his last camping trip we went on, too, that was all Zach. You know what I mean? And that was real. And how long ago was that now?
Been about a month.
About a month? Beautiful. Yeah. It was a beautiful
Not
fun.
even that long.
Time just goes by so fast, you know, anymore. But what I didn't want to happen was I didn't want everything to cut out at once because we are reaching our hour and a half. So everybody, thank you for. Do you have anything to say really quick to the listeners? Or
no, it's good to be back. We're gonna see how this round goes and continue to bring
more material,
entertainment. Hopefully, hopefully it's entertaining to somebody.
Yeah, somebody somewhere is listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for, and honestly, I wanted to say too, thanks for the support we received during this downtime where we really weren't sure where this was going to go or what was going to happen. And we still got that support from people and downloads and streams. And thank you guys and listeners and followers and follow us. And if you guys are listening for the first time, I know right now we're just on TikTok live, but I hope we're still on. We may have gotten kicked off.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. But, anywhere, you guys find us, on social media. Yeah. If you guys can find us on social media, follow us and send us some comments, likes. Whatever you guys got to do. You guys know what to do. You guys do it for other fucking people. You can do it for us too. Good Lord. So anyhow, is that it, Jason?
That's it.
All right, man. We'll come back tomorrow, but they won't know this until later. All right.
Okay.
We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.